Do all Christian men need to lift weights? No, maybe not specifically, but do all Christian men need to work out, exercise? Yes, is what I'm going to argue. And not only, I'm going to say, not only should all Christian men work out casually, I think that all good Christian men need to have as part of their life intense goal-oriented training, not just like casual exercise that you do every so often, like going for walks during the day, making sure you get your steps. I think just like I've been going to the gym, lifting weights in the gym because I fell in love with it 10 years ago. And so I've been going at 5, 6, 7 days a week for 10 years now consistently. And it's done so much for me to have like not just a casual form of like recreational exercise that I have, but intentional, goal-oriented, intense training exercise as like a regular part of my day-to-day. So here's 4 reasons why I'm going to make that argument that you, as a Christian man watching this, or whoever you are watching this, that all Christian men should have as part of their day-to-day, their regular weekly routine, intense and intentional goal-oriented exercise training. Here's the first reason. Number 1 is that, well, it trains, I think, 4 different things when we have that as part of our regular habit. The first thing is it trains intentionality, which I think is the golden ticket that a lot of men lack and need to have intentionality in our life, goal orientation, direction, purpose, like we're trying to accomplish some end. And I think this is built in certain aspects of our life, like you go to school for a lot of your upbringing and you have some intentionality towards them. Going to class and I'm getting grades and I'm doing homework and projects and tests and things like that. So that's sort of built in and that's a good thing. But what we need, especially like young adult men, once you get post-college, is you start to lose some of the built-in intentionality into your life. Like maybe you have work goals, maybe relationship goals, but you have to have some more intentionality towards having goals. Like what wakes you up in the morning? What are you excited about? What are you pursuing? What are you trying to achieve or accomplish? Like when you wake up in the morning, it is so much easier just to like roll over and scroll on your phone and lay in bed for a few extra hours if you don't have an intentional thing that you're doing to start the day. And as you go throughout the day, like when you're sitting there at work, it's so much easier to end up like scrolling through social media or just doing whatever and being unproductive at work if you don't have things that you're intentionally doing during the day. And it's so much easier to like not be intentional with relationships and not to like go out of yourself and just chill at home and sit on the couch and watch TV or do whatever you do if you don't have intentional goals or things that you're planning to do, ways to spend your time, people to get yourself out of yourself. So what having intense goal-oriented training regimen does for us is it gives us some amount of intentionality. I have a goal, I have a timeline, I know what I'm doing, I have a program that I'm following. So there's some amount of accountability for that and intentionality to it of like, I've set a goal and I said I'm going to do it. So now I'm being very intentional about accomplishing this and I do it on these amount of days and I schedule it in. It creates more structure that we need and intentionality, which then carries over to a lot of different aspects of life. And the second one is discipline. It trains discipline, like being able to do the hard thing when it gets hard. And this carries over to so much else in life. But like when you have an intentional goal-oriented training program for a goal that you're trying to accomplish, it's going to be hard, especially if we're talking like intense exercise training regimen, that there are going to be days when you have to push yourself in order to grow. There's going to be days where you don't want to go do the thing and accomplish the goal that you set out to achieve. And on those days, if you have the built-in intentionality, discipline gets built when you do the things that you don't want to do in order to accomplish the goal that you said that you were going to do to begin with. To do the hard thing when it's hard because you know it's a good thing to do. And this is something that we need so badly as men, to be able to do the hard thing, do the right thing when it's hard. To build the discipline to have like healthy habits and things like the more discipline you build, the more it becomes a habit. The more you do the hard thing when it's hard, the more it becomes easier to do the hard thing when it's hard. And it's not even hard to do anymore because now it's just built in. Because you have discipline from doing the thing that was intense, doing the thing that was difficult, especially in the days when it was hard. Number 3 is it builds excellence. Like the idea of setting an ambitious goal, something that maybe you don't even think that you could accomplish, something that's really going to actually push yourself, like outside your comfort zone, to Push past your limits, because there is such an acceptance of mediocrity, of like, I'm going to achieve what I can achieve, and that's okay. But what having an intentional, intense training program of some sort that we have is like built in, goal oriented towards some destination, it forces us to push ourselves past our limits. Hopefully, unless you're just setting small goals, which please don't. Let's set big goals. Let's push ourselves a little bit, because it says I want to see how much I can do. Like this is part of what I love about lifting weights and bodybuilding or powerlifting or things like that is I can see the progress. And I can see like the fruits of my labor and strength increase and muscle growth and things like that. And it's like, there's almost like an unachievable end goal. And this, can cause the whole like body dysmorphia thing, or you just like get way too attached to like, I'm never going to be as big as I want to be, or things like that. But it causes me to constantly pursue excellence, because I'm always saying there's more that I could do. There's more that could be done. There's a better version of myself waiting that I can strive for, always. And this, of course, carries over into the spiritual life and into everything else. Like, you are never done working and growing. You are never done achieving excellence. There's always a better thing on the horizon that you can pursue. Like, proud of where I've been, but never satisfied. I'm always moving towards something, towards excellence. And that's, like, we need that. We need to be excellent men. Like, we can't just be striving for mediocrity and accepting mediocrity. Let's be ambitious and strive to be good. And the last thing is the obvious one, which is just health. Like, it trains for health. And of course, just like, getting your steps in and eating healthy will accomplish this too. But health is wealth. Like, this is so important. Like, how much more of a productive human being, how much more of maybe a joyful human being will you be if you're getting enough sleep and you're exercising regularly and eating healthy? Like, if you take care of your body, you're taking care of your soul. And when you take care of yourself, you're better able to take care of other people. So if we can pay attention to like actually putting a lot of intentionality into like my health and well-being, it will help me now to be able to serve other people better. And like through the rest of your life, as you get older, I don't know, as you're a man, you have a family and kids, you're able to like play with your kids and be present to your kids because like you're a strong father and you're healthy and you're active, you're able to, run around, play with your kids. Like this stuff matters, especially as you get older, when you're like late into your life, just the health benefits of that you were like consistent and pretty rigorous exercise in your youth, that now when you're older, you're reaping the benefits that like you have a much healthier heart and much stronger bones because you put in the effort earlier in life. Health is wealth, and it lasts and it carries over for much of life. And I don't know how any of these things are resonating with you, but I want to make a strong case that intense, regular, intentional, goal-oriented training in some form of exercise, whether that's lifting weights or it's biking or running or swimming or some kind of sport or whatever it is, that this is like not only good, but I'm going to say almost necessary for Christian men to build intentionality into our life, to build discipline, to strive for excellence, and to gain health, which just helps us to be the best that we can be, to be able to serve others, to be able to serve the Lord. So whatever that looks like for you, maybe if you're not in it right now and you've never really done it before, just start. Like find two steps. Is one, find something that you do enjoy to some extent, because it's going to be harder there's like this startup inertia that you'll have to overcome. If you haven't done some like intense training regularly, then there is very much startup inertia and it will be very easy to fall off. So you have to just like the discipline comes at the beginning. So to be able to set something very structured, like very intentional, very goal oriented, very timeline, have some accountability so that someone else knows you're doing it, so they'll hold you accountable. And then just go for it. And then just like do it when it's hard. And maybe it's something that you enjoy a little bit, but find something and stick to it and set a big goal. Set like a goal that's going to be hard for you to accomplish. Like if you don't run very much, like plan to run a half marathon, plan to run a marathon, plan, something big, a big goal that maybe you don't think you could accomplish, but this is excellence that we're striving for. So the intentionality of the structure and the framework to say I'm doing this and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, and I'm scheduling it in, and this is when I'm doing it, and I'm not making any compromises. The discipline to be able to like then overcome that startup inertia to like get going and do it when it's hard. The excellence to say, I'm striving for a big goal, maybe something I don't think I can achieve, and maybe it's a long time horizon to be able to accomplish that. Maybe that's what you need, but a big goal, and ultimately to be healthy and well, to serve others and to serve the Lord.